Hey everyone, it's Marco. I just finished fishing for 30 minutes in Zangarmarsh, and I kind of want to see how much I actually made doing that. There's some basic things like vendor fish, and I did end up getting a couple of fish, but for fishing, I really didn't get that many fish because I was focused only on doing pools. Now, I did not solely focus on wreckage. I did every pool. There's a very good chance when you're doing a pool that you do end up getting one of these crates instead of a fish. So I recommend not skipping the regular pools of fish and just doing them anyway. And it also helps recycle all of the pools for everyone. So it's good manners to do them all and not just hit the wreckage. Alright, so let's start opening these up. Elemental blasting powder. We got some fell iron ore. Iron bolts. I'm opening all of the heavy supply crates first. Let's just see what kind of money we made. It should be fell iron, iron bolts, and elementium blasting powder primarily. These aren't worth as much money. We got a little bit of smoke flares. They're basically worth nothing. But these are worth some money, and so are the ore. So that's good. Now let's try the curious crates. More fell iron ores. Some nether weave. More nether weave. Not hide leather scraps. More nether weave, hide leather scraps, and finally some nether weave. So not so great so far, but this is pretty typical what you can expect. This now is where you can really make some money. So let's see how I did. Stamina 5, pretty bad. Stamina 5, pretty bad. Scroll of agility, very nice. Scroll strength, almost as good as agility. Scroll of agility times 2, that's big. Scroll stamina, not so great. Intellect, really bad. Basically worth nothing. And scroll protection is worth some money, so that's good. So 30 minutes, I made a decent amount of gold. I also have regular fish here that I'm going to cook up. And I just wanted to give you an idea of, like, if you spend 30 minutes, what kind of items are going to drop. And up here at the top of your screen, this top half, all of these dropped during the farming session. I killed 1 or 2 mobs that hit me while I was fishing. So that's why I have things like an elemental shard. And I got some motes from, fishing the pools. And you can turn these fish into food and sell them as well. But just wanted to give you an idea of like how much gold you're going to pick up. In terms of grays, I have 5,815 gold. I'm going to turn this in. I have now 5,820 gold. So I sold 19... Oh, sorry, I had to repair. So I sold 19 gold, 44 silver worth of grays just from my little fishing adventure from 30 minutes. So you will make almost as much money in grays as minutes that you spend farming, and everything else on here is just pure profit. So that's what it's like to fish for 30 minutes in Zangarmarsh. I'll show you a quick example of my route. I like to go in this circle here. As this circle ends, I like to cut over to the lagoon, do something similar, then go back up to Serpent Lake. I like to cut the bottom half first, fly all the way over to Marsh Lake and the Sporgar, and do like a U here. So I come down the bottom half, and I do a U, and I try to also check these islands. Then I fly over the top half of Coil Fang Reservoir. And by the time I'm done doing that giant loop, I can now head back down and go back to these 2 pools before heading back along the bottom of Serpent Lake and continuing west again. So that's the general strategy. You do little figure 8s around the pools. And in general, this area right here is the best. The bottom half of the lake I find to have the most pools. Sometimes you'll see 3, 4 on the screen at a time. But do not forget to check this little lake over here on the western side by Sporgar. It actually can have a couple of pools, and a lot of people don't check it. So that's pretty nice. Most people will be fishing in Umberfen Lake, especially the bottom half when it's the daily. Some people will fish the lagoon. A lot of people do fish Serpent Lake. Very few people fish Marshlight Lake and Sporgar. So I make sure to keep it in my rotation. Do not skip the regular pools. They often drop crates and scrolls anyway. Alright, guys, that's all I have to say. Remember to be nice to your fellow fishermen. And good luck and have fun.